Hi everyone, it's Heidi from Joyful Artistry. Excuse me. I'm here today to do the last section of the How I Create My Art Journal series for YouTube. We had done our cover, we had collaged, sewed around the outside, we sewed our two signatures in already. We did the inside pocket and we did the back pocket. Oops, just want to make sure I'm in the frame so you see that. So right now I thought I would do some embellishments for inside, add some pockets and some tags. Probably will not do the whole thing because that would, I think, take up too much time. I may do just a couple other small videos after this and kind of attach it to this series, but I wanted to get to the point that I put some pockets in, some tags in, so that you can kind of see beginning to what would be almost the end of finishing it. But then again, we may get it all done today. I'm not sure. So I'm going to set this off to the side, move my coffee out of the way. And I found some images that I had set aside that I thought we could add to this, the art journal. And then I put just a couple photographs that I had that I thought would be kind of fun to use as embellishments and on pockets and things. And then we still have this one and this one that I wanted to use. I wanted to use that and hoping that I'm not in the frame. Okay, and that. So I have a few different things. These are just rub-ons that I'm thinking I'm not sure the full image will end up somewhere, but I'm thinking some of these color dots will. So I'm just gonna set that off to the side. Again, we have this. This would be just a great pop out. Yeah, I have a couple ideas for that. All right, and then we'll just set these images off to the side with the pictures, and then we'll just go from there. We may or may not use the pictures or the sympathy card. So we'll see. As you can tell, I love images of women and children. I think that this is super cute, the little puppies. Probably because it reminds me of the Fox and the Hound when my kids were little. Okay, so I'm gonna set these off to this side. I don't wanna lose those. So I think the first thing I would like to do is to make a pocket for the front here and to help kind of stabilize this page. I think her skin tones go really well with this. So we're gonna trim her up and just see, sort of off to the side. I'm gonna put this over here. Okay. And then here. All right, so we're gonna trim her up. And I'm going to grab a file folder. I don't have one on my desk. And then I will glue her to the file folder just to give her some stability. But I think I'm going to collage behind her because I'd like a few extra layers. As I'm out and about, I am constantly buying paper and things that I see for a couple bucks at Goodwill. I have far more than I need. And the same with file folders, but I do like the thickness of the file folders, and they're usually, I'm gonna just guesstimate because we can always trim this down. They're usually a little bit cheaper than buying a package of cardstock. And I'm just gonna guesstimate at this because I like it a little bit larger here. So I'm gonna go ahead and collage before I glue her down. I have pulled some papers from different books that I have to use. We'll use these to make some pockets and things like that. So I pulled from like 4 or 5 different books. So what I think I'm gonna do first is, oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna use a little bit of this paper here. I'm going to tear along the edge. Get rid of some of that white space here. And start with that. To put a little bit, I love the coloring. So I think I'm going to put this to this side, and I am going to leave that edging on there because, yep, I will leave that edging on there. No, I don't think I will, just because I want to see words around her. Although I am getting rid of what I really like. Okay, that's all right though. That's all right. Oh, there is some nice color variation there. So let me get my glues ready here. I just want one. This just helps me to keep the glue in a place that down in the bottom, because I don't have a whole lot left in this bottle. I do like Fabri-Tac and 3-in-1. I know I said this in my other videos. I do buy the smaller bottles at, we have a place called Ocean State Job Lots here in New Hampshire, and they carry Fabri-Tac, and it is cheaper, even with coupons, than Joann's or Michael's in my area. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it would be cheaper in your area. It just happens to be in my area a little bit cheaper. Okay. And get my ink out. I'm going to ink up around my edges here. Just double checking to make sure I'm in the frame. I'm going to put that there. Grab some of my music. Okay. So I like that look. So I'm thinking I want that up in this corner here. We may get a little bit of that showing when I put the image of this woman down. Thinking something like that. She'll be great. And I am going to put something behind her. do this to start, and then I'm going to add some more glue as I go so it stays. And then I'm going to trim up. I do have different types of scissors. I have fabric scissors, and my scissors are marked. These are paper scissors, and I can use them on fabric. They're okay with fabric, but I just don't want to use my fabric scissors for anything other than fabric. So that's why I marked them. Okay. So we'll trim the bottom of that off. Let me get it glued down first. And I know as I'm putting my glue on, it looks like I am putting a ton on, but not a lot is coming out actually. All right, so we have that. I'm gonna ink around the whole thing. I'm gonna ink around my girl here. And she will end up on here. Get some pillowcase. This vintage pillowcase that just comes apart so easily. I don't even need to make a little cut to get it started. I just can start to tear. That's how well worn and well loved and well used that pillowcase was. Okay. And okay, there's that. So isn't she adorable? But I'm thinking I would like to put something underneath her. A little bit of, maybe a little lace at the bottom. Oh, kind of like these. I love layering. So if I can, there's a staple here. I do enjoy buying. I thrift a lot for a lot of the things I have. This came in a package of thread from one of our local thrift stores at a church nearby. Oh, I said thread, I mean ribbon. A package of ribbon and edging and lace. I don't use a lot of them. I need to get it out. Jeepers creepers. Being a pain in the patooties here. Glasses to see what I'm doing. That'd be helpful. Oh, I see. Would have been faster if I just put my glasses on to see what was happening. Okay. So I'm thinking that I would like this at the bottom with a little bit of this. And then we will put this and then her. And then this will hang out of the bottom of the book here. All right, so let's go ahead and get her glued down. And I'll do the laces first. We'll get I'll trim in a minute. I just would rather have a little extra than not enough, so that I don't like it when I get done and I feel like, oh, I would like a little extra on either side. I'm trying to decide if so what I'm thinking I would like to do is I would, I think I would like to sew around the outside of her. I'd like to sew around the outside of her, sew around the outside of this, and then glue this here. So I love, it's, because the reason I like to sew around as much as I can, I feel like it brings so much stability to my projects. And I also love the look of it. I love the look of the thread with the paper, with fabric. I did a wedding guest book for a friend for her son's wedding. And one of the groomsmen could not believe that I had actually sewed paper. He thought that was the coolest concept. See, isn't she, see, that just adds to it. I just love the way that looks. So I'm just gonna go around the outside of this one. You know, this morning I've been pulling and thinking about, you know, what is it that I would like to do to show you the things, the elements for the journal that I think are important to do, to show in this video series. And I'm hoping you can hear me okay over my sewing machine. And I take my time as I do my journals, and one thing normally leads to another. And so as I'm doing this, I knew that I wanted to do this image because of the coloring. I liked her skin tones against the pink here. Yeah, you can see that. Woo, whoops-a-daisies. All right. And I just thought, I want to do that. And then, not really sure. I like to do a pocket, inside pocket, and a pocket in the back. But as I was looking at that sympathy card, I was thinking, I definitely have some ideas for that one. For the back inside that I didn't have earlier. And like I said, I am one that I need to have one thing feed into another. So I've pulled lots of papers today. And so we're going to see a little bit of the edging here. As I trimmed my side, I wasn't as careful as I probably should have been, but that's okay. That's okay. So I want to glue this side and this side to have a side tuck. So I'm going to hold here so that I do not put it here and I do not put it there. So I try to hold the section that I do not want to glue. Just helps me to stay focused on the area that I need to glue, because in the past I've glued the wrong side. Sometimes I've glued the tops. Sometimes I've glued the sides. There we go. Okay, so got her here. Okay. Oh, I love her. And you'll be able to see a little bit more. That's not a lot, but enough. I like having stuff hanging off the sides, the bottom, the stuff coming out the top. And so I have this, but I'm going to pull the sympathy card. And we're going to create something to go in here. We're going to create something to go in that tuck spot. But what I'm thinking is here, that I would like to do this so that this flips out and you have a journaling space here. But I am not so sure that I love that. But what I do love is I only want to glue here and here so that this becomes a place that you can add something. And because it's double here, I'm going to do a little half circle cut here so that something can go in here and something can go in there. But I do not want the sympathy message to show. So there's a couple things I could do. I can just cover the whole thing with a piece of either music paper like this. Let's see if I would like that. Just kind of just put this here. Yep, I actually think that's kind of cool. Even though it has this and it has that, I can't see if would like something plain. And like I said, it's a process for me. I can have, yeah, I really like that. Okay. All right, so let me do a little, I'm gonna tear a little bit here along the top. It is a little process for me. And this is actually the bottom. Okay. I don't always have my plan in place. I know a lot of people, they plan out everything that they're going to do with their journals. I don't, unfortunately, I don't do that with mine. I probably should a little bit more, but I don't. Like I said, one thing leads to another. I have, I like how I can let my creativity just flow. And it sometimes leads me to feel like I'm slightly unorganized. But trust me, I do have a plan for most of what I do. So I just put a little glue here. I'm just going to close off that. And this is going to give me another pocket when you open it. And then I'm going to glue the back for the pocket in the back. There we go. Okay. So that's going to go there. And then I am going to grab a piece of this coffee stained, whoops-a-daisies, piece of this coffee stained scrapbook paper. I will just tear a wee bit off. Here. And then I'm going to figure out how far I want this. Yeah, see, it only needs to be, because I like that. I'm going to tear a little bit more off of here, and then let me just try this. I'm sorry if I just hit that again. Okay, so if we do that, so it doesn't look so even. I like it to have like a little bit of a uneven look to it. I do need to, do I? No, that's actually pretty dang good. And then I do just pull it down a little. So that, I'll set this off to the side. And I'm going to put my ruler here and here. So this will get glued here, and this is going to get glued here. It take us a little bit off. Just a slight smidge. Makes me feel a little bit better like that. I do like the look of the, pull this over here. I do like the look of the music through the vellum, especially with the alphabet behind it. And just gonna glue this down, and then I'm gonna do a little collaging on the sympathy part of the card on the front. So that will be ready. And then we're going to move on to doing a couple other pockets inside. And this may just be, this video may end up just being pockets, and I may add one more video to this of tags, creating tags to go inside. Look at that, okay. Right, so, and then this, I'll go here. I love the pink roses, the pink roses, the pink roses. I love that. And then what I'll do is I'm going to do a little bit of collaging up on here. So let's get this glued on. I am only going to glue here, here, and here so that I have a pocket underneath and I have a pocket in here. Okay, so there we go. Do that. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of this pillowcase. That. And then where did my little cheesecloth here? Because I love a little bit of cheesecloth. Cheesecloth, and then that on there. And I don't think I care for that as much. I don't like that color. I'm gonna trim one of these off of this doily. You know, I have a friend on another channel, on the Vintage Daisy, who talks about not being afraid to cut up those things that you're saving. That, you know, find a purpose and a reuse for them. And, you know, sometimes I have tons of doilies and things, and I've felt like, oh no, can I really do that? But watching her and hearing her and the encouragement from her to do that has been great. I think I just want to do one little button here, just in the center. So it almost looks like a flower. And I think I will grab a little pink ruffle I had created. See if I like this. Oh, I always have, yeah, yep. Great, so that, I'm gonna put this on here so I can cover that, so I don't want that in my book. And you know, and here, there, cheesecloth down, and I am not going to do anything inside the card because I'm really looking to add spaces or to insert cards that whoever gets this can not only journal but use it for artwork. So I want lots of drawing space lots of collage space. So whoever chooses this journal will feel like they have a lot of space to put their own things into it. Oh my gosh, that's so stinking cute. Okay, that I love. I know that it's a little bit, I'm just gonna do that, push it up a little bit so I can see a little more of that rose. So this opens, there's space there. This opens, I'm gonna put something in there. So this opens here and then here. And these are just great places that if I wanted to just take just some paper, fold it into sections and just tuck it with a little tab that comes out, we can do that. Actually, we might just do that right now. I might do that right there. I'm gonna grab my circle punch to make a little hole, just a little divot so that whoever purchases this will see, yeah, I got one. Make sure that I don't have both pieces. See that something's in here and then something's back there. Okay, so then what I think I'll do is I will let me take a little bit off of this here. About the width of my tear ruler. And I've got 1, 2, 3. I'll take a little bit off here. And what I want to do is, sometimes I do a lot of guesstimating, and this, let's see here, let's see how, all right, 1, 9. So we're gonna fold at 3 inches. So it's a little over 9, and I'm okay with that. So we've got that. And as you can tell, as we are adding, our journal is going to start to bulk up a bit. Then, so this can go in the back here like this. And I am going to create a little tab to go on this. So I'm thinking this is, I like this. So I'm gonna fold this in half and I'm gonna put this here, but I really like that as well. So I'm gonna do something like simple as that. So when they take it out, they've got all kinds of surfaces that they can journal. Or I say journal all the time, but to create their art, to draw on, to use pencil. This would be a great thing if they wanted to take it out and do some watercolors. I'll use a different piece. I don't care for the corner of that one as well. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put this here. I like the way that sort of is jagged. Now I'm going to sew, but I'm only going to sew right here just to adhere it, because I love the look of the, like I said, the sewing, the thread, and how it holds it on. Oops, sorry. Oh my goodness. There we go. And then that's just as held like that, and then this will slide under like that. And you know what? I was thinking that I wanted that to stick out a little bit to be able to pull it. Let's see. Can I add something? Feels sort of flimsy. Let's just leave this for now, because, well, like I can't add a little of this, right? And that will be the tab as you pull that. So Hold on one second while I just sew this down. You know, like I said before, in one of my other videos, I was talking about sometimes it looks like, oh, I've made a mistake, but it's actually just, you just work with it. And actually this looks much better with the extra layer on it. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? I love that so much. All right, so we have one tuck here. And you know, it doesn't have to go all the way in. It can go into the second one. It, you know, there's really options here. So look at that. And then we're gonna get something to go here. And then we're going to, and when we open this, you actually can see there's something there. Let me just make sure you can see that. There's something under there. That's fun. Just fun. All right, so we've got that for here. And then I want to get to see what we want to do on these two pages. So we can create another tuck spot here, or put the baby there. Oh, I love that. So this here, I'm gonna do something really simple, and I am just gonna glue this down. I'm just gonna glue this here on two sides, and we just have a tuck. I don't wanna do anything to it. I love the look of it. I'm losing my glue here. And look, this is a vintage postcard. Bought it in a lot of pictures. As I was going through my vintage photos, put that under there, I saw that I had a bunch of pictures that were on postcards. So look at that. And then we're gonna make something to tuck in there. And now we're gonna do something here. I'm going to get let me set this off to the side. So I don't want to use that one just yet. So what I'm thinking is to use one of my book pages. This one's a little sturdier. This is a Harvard graduation book. I think they're certain classes from the 1800s. I live in I say I live in the Boston area, but I live about an hour and 15 minutes from Boston. So to find something like this isn't unusual. So I'm going to create a pocket out of a book page. So what I'm going to do is my pocket will be sideways. I could do it this way. I could do it this way. I like doing it sideways. Fold this over, fold that over, and I'm going to just make a little tear here once it's all glued together. So what I do is I fold up the bottom, fold my sides in, and I don't know if you can see, I've got a crease here and a crease here, crease here. And I'm gonna make a little angle inside this crease, little angle inside this crease. I'm gonna do an angle so that you can see where the crease is here. I don't wanna go straight across because this will be a little bulky. So I just try to take a little extra off so it lays nicely underneath. So it'll be just a little pocket like that. Super cute. And then we're going to look at our images and we're going to add another little image to this. And then we'll create something to go in here in a bit. But right now, before I glue it down, I like to do my inking so that my edges are inked along the sides. And what I will do is how I put my glue down so that I don't glue this shut is I put a little bit of glue here, I put a little bit of glue here, and I put a little bit of glue here. Because I feel like sometimes if I try and put it in a larger area to close it, I end up sealing the side of the envelope closed or pocket. So isn't that just adorable? So let me grab, see if I've got some small images here. So, oh, look at that with the church. So this is a church that was painted by one of our presidents, Eisenhower. I had a presidential book that I took apart because I created a couple of women's journals, and I wanted to use images of the first ladies of the United States in the journals. So I created a couple of those. Those were kind of fun. And this image was in that presidential book. Just trying to eyeball that. And because I could fill this all with pictures of women and children because that is my go-to. I am a huge Mary Cassatt fan. If you don't know her as an artist and you love pictures of women with their children, look her up. She's done some fabulous, fabulous work. She trained with, I believe, Monet. And that is just, I believe, that she trained with him. So there's that, and we're gonna put, let me just make sure I like this image here, because, and here's the thing, if I don't, I'll just throw this somewhere else. I actually do like it here. I like the little farmhouse here. And again, I'm gonna put some backing on this. I try to stay the same throughout my books. I try to use a lot of the same elements so that as you're going through it feels like there's a good flow. So that's why I'm using a lot of the pillowcase, because I want the flow to feel good, if that makes any sense at all. And I don't know, I'm gonna think about whether I want to put some lace at the bottom of this one. I think I should, because there's no words underneath, so maybe it needs something. So here is this here. See how that, I do like it through the vellum as well. Yeah. And this, going to sew around the outside of this, but not the outside of that. So let me get this glued down. Let me sew around the outside of this. Just a little bit of glue in the center to hold it. I'm trying not to put glue around the outside for fear it's going to gum up my machine too much, but truly my machine has sewn over its fair share of glue. Okay, look at that. Super cute. I do like the farmhouse with the church. This here kind of reminds me of the old town that has their church or meeting house with the carriage barns next door. right next door to it. So what I think I want to do is I'm gonna glue this here. I'm only gonna glue 3 sides in case we want to do a double pocket again. Okay, I'm gonna do that here. Okay. Then I was thinking that maybe we'll take some of our music paper and kind of glue it sort of over the page like this. Really like that. So, and seeing things and finding inspiration as I'm moving along. This is something I've never done before. I've never, as silly as that sounds, I've not done something as simple as that, but I like that look where it looks like this is almost holding that paper down. So, alrighty, got this. Like to, there we go. So we've done this side pocket here, this double pocket here, a little side pocket here. We've taken this sympathy card, made a pocket here, a flip out, and a double pocket here. Let me see where we are for time. We're at 45 minutes, so I'm gonna stop for here for right now, and the next time we're gonna create the tags that go in there. So thank you for watching today, and I hope you enjoyed it.